Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Like the lotus bloom, unstained by the vicissitudes of the world, he rises above all turmoil and suffering, showing the path to all, free from extremes, beyond duality, leading to liberation. Let's pray and supplicate. May there be peace, love, and harmony in the world.
像一朵莲花，不会时时苍霜索然。它超越一切动荡和苦难，向所有人展示道路，远离极端，超越而远行，通向解脱。让我们祈愿和祈求世界和平，充满爱与和谐，爱与和谐。南无佛陀耶，南无佛陀耶，南无佛陀耶，南无佛陀耶，南无佛陀耶。
Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Like the lotus bloom, unstained by the vicissitudes of the world, he rises above all turmoil and suffering, showing the path to all, free from extremes, beyond duality, leading to liberation. Let's pray and supplicate. May there be peace, love, and harmony in the world.
Suki Hoto, and good afternoon, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. My name is Roger Wong, and I'm the treasurer of the Aloka Meditation Center. And welcome to the 19th celebration of the Aloka Stupa. Stupa project has been a significant undertaking by Bhante and Sister and the community around the world. Its significance for many run far and deep. Upon my reflection, it has been a great privilege and great fortune for me to be involved in this Stupa project. Throughout the journey, I have learned from Bhante and Sister the significance of building a stupa. From when it was just an empty ground, with Bhante explaining to us the significance of building a stupa, our inspiration grew. Through many pilgrimages that Bhante and Sister undertaken around the world to receive blessings from the various masters to enable the project to occur and complete, we were able to learn much more about why this project was undertaken. We were very fortunate to receive very, very special objects that were enshrined in the stupa. On this day, as we celebrate the anniversary of the stupa, we would like to share with you a short video presentation on the chronology of the stupa and to provide you with a little bit of insight as to how the stupa was built. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, Sukhi Hotu. Just before we commence with the video presentation, I wish to rejoice with all of you who have made the effort to join us on the occasion of the 19th Aloka Stupa anniversary. Even though some of you may be familiar with certain parts of the video, it is good to recall and reconnect again and again with all the merits you have accrued in the construction and maintenance of the stupa. To all our new members, devotees, and friends of Aloka from Australia and abroad, please take this opportunity to connect with this sacred monument. The Aloka Stupa is a symbol of enlightenment. It reminds us of the true purpose of life, to go beyond the sufferings of old age, sickness, and death. As you rejoice and share the merits of this occasion, please do not forget to reaffirm your aspiration to walk the Dhamma's path, to gain enlightenment, not only for yourselves, but also for the sake of others. As your Dhamma practice progresses, the significance of the Aloka Stupa will unfold. So please watch and listen with a clear mind and open heart. Thank you.
Let us pay homage to this sacred monument. This building houses relics of the Buddha. United we come with gratitude in our hearts. This holy stupa, an inspiration to all. The stupa shows the path that we must follow. From foundation in Sila to Samadhi, aspiring to Panya, the point of highest wisdom. May all beings walk the noble path to Nirvana. Share the merits, spread them far and wide, supporting one and all to reach the highest goal. Share the merits, good wishes and good deeds, supporting one and all to reach the highest goal. This holy stupa, standing firm and strong, bringing peace to the world, prolonging the Buddha Sasana. Share the merits, spread them far and wide, supporting one and all to reach the highest goal. Share the merits, may all beings be well, and peace and harmony pervade eternity.
I hope you enjoyed that short presentation. That was just a very small summary of the whole chronology of the Stupa project. And now, to give us further insight on the Stupa and its significance, please put your palms together and invite Venerable Mahinda. Bhante.
Sukhi Hotu to all. 19 years have passed since the opening of the Aloka Stupa. This is an occasion for all of us to rejoice with all the merits which we have acquired, as well as the merits of others. It is through the generosity of all our devotees and all the Dhamma friends that have contributed towards the construction and the maintenance of the stupa. There are various events that have taken place before the construction of the stupa, during as well as after the construction. And there are many devotees, young and old, who have participated before the construction of the stupa to bring about awareness about what the stupa is about. We have the youth performing Chotan, a kind of sketch to inform members of the public what the stupa is about. And then we also organize a number of pilgrimages to various sacred sites in India, like Bodh Gaya, in Sri Lanka, in Myanmar, Tibet, and various places where there are stupas, and that created the opportunity for our devotees to learn and to experience the significance of stupas. There are many stupas in the world of different sizes and different shapes. But this particular stupa, we have chosen the shape of Tuparama, the most ancient or the oldest stupa in Sri Lanka. We have been there. We have brought pilgrims there on a number of occasions, and we spent many hours there. In the late hours of the night, we will do chanting and we will meditate around the site of Tuparama. And there were lots of blessings and inspiration. And that is how we chose to have the replica of Tuparama in Anuradhapura, the ancient city of Sri Lanka. We followed the proportion, but there are also slight differences here and there. Yeah. But all these gives us the memory. We recall to mind all the good things that has happened, and we rejoice with this. So this is the occasion where we invite all our members, young and old and new members, and to participate in this event. The Aloka Stupa is very special and a sacred monument. Like a beacon of light, just like the ships in the ocean, they are guided by the beacon of light from a lighthouse, especially in the dark hours of the night. In a similar manner, this Aloka Stupa represents this beacon of light that shows the direction, that gives guidance and inspiration for all beings immersed in this samsaric, in this ocean of samsara. The Aloka Stupa is a symbol of enlightenment, and it constantly reminds us of the ultimate goal of our life. So all the devotees and all visitors who come to Aloka, because the stupa is located on a higher ground, the highest ground in the property. It is also one of the highest spots around this area. So anyone who comes to visit Aloka cannot miss this stupa. And as a symbol of enlightenment, it reminds us of our true purpose of life. Our life is not just about working, making money, bringing up families, children. There is something more in this life. This is something that the stupa, the Aloka Stupa, reminds us. the very shape, all the features of the stupa, they mean something. They are symbols that shows us the path to enlightenment. How to give up, to learn to give up the lesser happiness for the greater happiness. And if we look at the stupa, the base represents sila, the practice of restraint of speech and body actions. And the 5 steps as you go up to the platform, basic 5 precepts. We can also see these 5 steps representing the 5 mental faculties. In order to develop our mind, in order to purify our mind, it is important that we learn to balance our mental faculties. There are these 5 mental faculties, the faculties of Shraddha, faith and confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. And that faith and confidence will generate energy, virya. We direct this energy towards the cultivation of mindfulness, sati. And then we develop samadhi. And then panya. Now these 5 mental faculties also is depicted in this stupa. So as we cultivate, we use our mental faculties, restrain body, speech, then we climb up to the platform. It's octagonal platform. If you look from the top, from the sky, bird's eye view, you will see that the stupa is actually situated in an octagonal platform. And not only that, the railings, we call that the Asoka railing. There are emblems. There are the wheel symbol embossed on these railings. So as we walk, traditionally, the way we approach the stupa is we circumambulate. We walk in a clockwise direction with our right shoulder towards the stupa, and we walk 3 rounds, or at least 1 round. And as we walk around the platform, we remind ourselves that we should walk the Noble Eightfold Path. That is represented by the octagonal path, platform, and also the wheel symbols that is found on all the railings. And this particular stupa has got 3 doors. There is one shrine with the Buddha facing in the east, and then there are 3 doors. The 3 doors represents our thought, our speech, and body action. So as we walk, as we practice the Noble Eightfold Path, right understanding, right thought, right speech, right body action, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Traditionally, we explain this Noble Eightfold Path in terms of sila, samadhi, panya. Sila is about right speech, right bodily actions. And when we cultivate right speech, right bodily action, what happens? We restrain from killing and stealing. We restrain from lying, slandering, harsh and frivolous talks. The restraining of our speech and body action so that the tendencies of greed, the tendencies of anger, hatred, grudges, and delusion will not arise and will not transgress, hurting ourselves and hurting others. But just the speech and body action alone, restraining speech and body action is not enough. We can remain silent. We can fold our arms. We don't do anything. And yet, the tendencies of greed, hatred, delusion can still arise in our mind. And that is why we need to cultivate samadhi. And that's why you see the dome shape of the stupa that represents a samadhi, the concentration. When we have proper samadhi with effort, mindfulness, and concentration, then the tendencies of greed, hatred, delusion, we are able to keep them under control. And that is how, in meditation, as we meditate, we experience the calmness, the quietness, the peace of mind. But after our meditation, post-meditation, when we leave the place, then when we lack mindfulness and our minds are not properly focused, we can easily get agitated. Still, the tendencies of craving, the tendencies of anger can still arise. And that is why we need another kind of training. And that is wisdom mind. How to train the mind to develop wisdom and insight. So that is where you have above the dome, you have the square, and then you have the ring, and there is 7, what you call the cone shape that leads to the very pinnacle of it. So from the stupa, from above the stupa, the square box onwards, that represents wisdom and insight. When after walking the Noble Eightfold Path, as we practice the Noble Eightfold Path, and restraining our speech and body action, then we enter through one of the doors, and when we enter the shrine, we see the Buddha. And that is where we seek refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. To cultivate our minds, to purify our minds. So as we purify our mind develops. The development takes place vertically as well as horizontally. And that is why you see the dome shape, the vastness. As the mind develops, we experience the vastness like the vast open sky. And as the mind develops, we also realize, we start to see, we start to perceive things. You find just above the dome, there is a square box. And on each of the square box, there's a panel on which we have the wheel symbol. That square box symbolizes the Four Noble Truths. Because through samadhi, when the mind develops, in samadhi, the minds develop the different levels of meditative states from the first, second, third, fourth jhanas. And then, when wisdom arises, one begins to see the sufferings in life. One sees the cause of suffering, the cessation, and the way, the path to cessation. That's what that box above the dome is about. It symbolizes the Four Noble Truths. And as one sees the Noble Truth, one also sees the Noble Eightfold Path. One truly, as one experiences and realizes what is truth about, Four Noble Truths, Noble Eightfold Path, this is where one begins to see the realities, the true nature of life, that everything is subject to change. We see impermanence. We see what is impermanent. Everything that is impermanent is not satisfactory. And that there's nothing that we can cling on to as I and my, as a self. And this, above the square box, you will see a circular structure. And from the top, if you look at it, it is just a circle. It represents the emptiness. The emptiness of this being, which we call I and my, me and mine. And when we see this emptiness, we start to see the emptiness of this being, which the Buddha analyzed into the 5 aggregates. What this self, we call the self, it is made up of. We have the form, rupa, we have feelings, vedana, we have perception, we are able to remember things, memories, they are sanya. Then we can create thoughts, sankharas, and we are conscious, we have consciousness, that's vijnana. Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. These are the 5 aggregates that we mistake as a being, as a self. And that's where the I, my, the ego, the root cause of all human problems. So it is when this wisdom, insight develops these things, then one is ready to embark on the 7 factors of enlightenment. And that's where you find there is a cone, the spiral cone, the 7 factors of enlightenment, beginning with mindfulness. As we develop mindfulness, then the mind, we are able to investigate Dhamma. As we investigate Dhamma, we see the rising, falling phenomena of all things. And that gives us the confidence. That confidence will condition another factor of enlightenment, virya, energy, piti, that is rapture, and that push the mind to a higher level to experience tranquility and the vipassana samadhi, the insight that eventually develops upekkha, equanimity. And from that equanimous state, the mind naturally falls into the state of void, experiencing the bliss of Nibbana. These 7 factors of enlightenment eventually lead to the realization of Nibbana. And above this, you see the pinnacle and you see the crystal. And that's where we use the term Aloka Udapadi. The crystal magnifies the light of wisdom in all directions, spreading far and wide. Where do we get this term Aloka Udapadi? It is in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the very first sermon that the Buddha preached in the deer park, when the Buddha was talking about the process of enlightenment. In the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, we find Buddha said, Chakkum udapadi, jnanam udapadi, panya udapadi, aloko udapadi. How the eye of wisdom, that enables one to see the reality, the impermanent nature of all things. See the impermanence, see the unsatisfactoriness, and the idea of non-self. And that is how, when wisdom insight arose, then the light of wisdom that shows us the path, how to overcome suffering. Overcome suffering by putting it once and for all, putting an end to this samsaric cycle of birth, aging, sickness, and death. So this is the message. This is the Aloka Stupa, the message that is in the features, the symbol of the stupa reminds us, the more we connect ourselves to the stupa, and this is where every day, rain or shine, we have our residents making offerings of light, and on full moon day, new moon days, we chant and meditate in the stupa. And all this brings the stupa to life. In fact, the relics of the Buddha and other great enlightened masters that have been enshrined in the stupa, these sacred relics vibrates. The energy, the vibration from these relics creates that vortex of energy, and that is why it attracts all the higher beings, the celestial beings, and that is why anchoring the spiritual energy on this planet Earth. This is the very important role of stupas around the world. All the stupas that have enshrined relics of enlightened masters and teachers will generate that vortex of energy, and especially when they are located in strategic areas, places, and where there are devotees, devout devotees, and that constantly meditate and offer merits, dedication. That is how there's a constant exchange of energy. This is how stupas become alive. And in Thailand, when the they address the stupa as Prachedi. Prachedi is the Venerable Stupa, and as something very sacred to them. And the Aloka Stupa is very strategically located, and for those who have worldly problems with regards to health, job problem, examination problems, and all that, we have close to the stupa, we have the Bodhi tree. And it is a tradition that people go around the Bodhi tree and make offerings and share the merits of the devas, and then seek blessings and protection for their worldly life. And not only that, we also have the Tibetan Chotan there, and in this Chotan we have enshrined, and there are also various things that are enshrined in the Chotan that for one's health, for one's wealth, and also for practice. And so this is where Aloka Stupa, along with the environment around it, provides the kind of solace and to devotees, visitors who come. But most important thing is that the very sight of the stupa must eventually remind us the symbol of enlightenment, that our life, the true purpose of our life, the real happiness can only come about when our minds are free from the tendencies of greed, hatred, and delusion. Happiness comes along with freedom. Countries fight, our forefathers fight for freedom. And when countries gain freedom, political freedom, but people are still suffering. As we work hard, we see so many people work hard to gain their financial freedom. And when they have financial freedom, they still suffer. They still go through old age, sickness, and death. There is no real freedom until the mind is totally free from greed, from hatred, from delusion. And this is what the Aloka Stupa, the symbol of enlightenment, is about. It is truly a beacon of light that shines to all and just showing the path, showing the way to the end of suffering, to all freedom. So we rejoicing with all these merits. We must dedicate all the merits and all the goodness that you all have done to share these merits with all the Dhamma protectors, all the guardian deities, and make this dedication. This is an occasion for us in rejoicing at all these merits. We dedicate. Let us spend a few moments just to bring your minds wherever you are, to bring your minds within and observe the calm, the quietness within. In the calmness and the quietness of mind, just spread metta, loving kindness, that all beings be well and happy. In your wholesome state of mind, share the merits with all the Dhamma protectors, all the guardian deities, the guardian deity of the stupa, guardian deities of Aloka, the guardian deities of the Sri Mahabodhi, May they all rejoice in this marriage and give blessings and protection to all. Let us also dedicate marriage to all our departed relatives, teachers, and friends. Whoever that comes to your mind, have the good wish for them all, that wherever they are born, may they have opportunities to receive Dhamma, to be guided, to grow in the Dhamma's path, and to be released from the cycle of birth and death one day. With all these good thoughts and merits we have acquired, please make your wish, make your aspiration, that whatever merits that you have done, may these merits become a cause and support for your final liberation and enlightenment one day. That you will have the wisdom, the compassion, and live the life not only for your own happiness, but also for the welfare, for the happiness of the many. May the seed of enlightenment be sown in your hearts, so that you will walk the noble path and be free from all sufferings one day. And may you also have the wisdom, the compassion to help others, whoever that comes by your way. Please make your wish, make your aspiration once again, whatever immediate obstacles, problems that have arisen in your life, or in the lives of those who are near and dear to you. Think of them as we invoke blessings of this Stupa for all your well-being and happiness. We invoke blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha for all. Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Buddha Nupavena Sada Soti Bhavantate Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Dhamma Nupavena Sada Soti Bhavantate Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam Rakantu Sabba Devata Sabba Sangha Nupavena Sada Soti Bhavantate Akasataja Bhummata Deva Naga Mahitika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakantu Loka Sasana Akasataja Bhummata Deva Naga Mahitika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakantu Desana Akasataja Bhummata Deva Naga Mahitika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakantu Mang Paranti Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Abhivadana silisa nechang vada pachayino. Chataro dhamma vadanti ayu vano sukhang balam. Ayurarogya sampaga sampati mevacha. Ato nibbana sampatti iminate samijatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I hope from today's presentation and Bhante's talk, you've now got a better understanding of the significance of the Aloka Stupa. We rejoice with your faith in and your confidence in attending today's session, as well as your faith and confidence in continuing to support Aloka and the Aloka Stupa. We do hope and wish that we will see you soon, and most importantly, we do hope that you may be able to join us tonight for the evening chanting at the Stupa. Thank you very much for attending today, and please be well.
Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Like the lotus bloom, unstained by the vicissitudes of the world. It rises above all turmoil and suffering, showing the path to all, free from extremes, beyond duality, leading to liberation. Let's pray and supplicate. May there be peace, love, and harmony in the world.
它超越一切